Hi, this is Kelly from Connection Keeping, and I want to thank you for buying the Gradient Templates 5 woven together templates. And I made a previous video to show you about template number 2 and kind of give you an overview of how they work. But I wanted to show you templates 1, 3, and 4 because they all have little different things, and just to give you some information. Sometimes going through these is just like really all about learning more things for Photoshop and such. So this is template number 1, and it's actually like a cutout piece of paper that I cut out and then scanned in. It has this part here, which is I call it over here. If you look on the left, it says, see here, small scrap of paper on the left. I'm very creative. But since it's all together and linked, you can move it completely on its own. You can turn it and put it anywhere. You can get it off the paper, but this gives you a lot of functionality and can kind of do things any way you want. You can even, go like this, or but you can also change it. So if you wanted to change the color, you could just pick any color here, or if you have a photo here, you can choose from the photo, or like I have the beauty in between that I did with Tracy. I have that here, and so you can just put a paper in. So you put the paper in, just make sure you press Alt and you click the left button and it'll clip it, or however you do that in Photoshop Elements. You can change it around. So this particular template is like an extra template, all like a little extra thing for you and anything, because you can take this off and use it on any of your pages. So it's like a reusable element. You can change the color of the string. I'd like to say though that like the darker it is, the better it looks. But here, if I give you like this, just the string's drop shadow is it kind of gives it a funky look. So just to be aware, you can change it, but I would definitely do it like in the blackish family, or just leave it. It's like here, if I go and put this paper over it, you see you can kind of give it a look, but I think black is kind of your best bet so that the shadow doesn't look too ridiculous. But any kind of black, or you can change it, but sorry, I am going on and on. I apologize. Okay, so let's talk about this main part of where the actual weaving is. So I did this one together. This literally took a minute. So I put a picture in the main section, and this is a paper and this is a paper, and this is a great base you could embellish all around. You could write journaling here. Instantly, I have a fun and interesting layout, which is the goal of this. But I want to make a totally different kind. So I'm gonna get rid of this part. Let's see. So you go up to and you're gonna get rid of that whole thing, so it's not there. And I'm gonna make the weave bigger. So I'm gonna click from here. I'm also, if you want to change anything, like as far as size, you have to unlock it. So I'm going to unlock. What is here in the lock is, you see where it says the magic happens? This is all of the different layers and blending modes that I use so that the gradient templates look realistic. So I've got this. So I'm going to choose everything that has to do with this ooh, I'm missing something. Let's see. Oh, it's because I didn't get this unlocked. So you have to make sure it's unlocked if you would like to move it around. So here is my weave, and what I'm going to show you is you can do anything you want with it. So I'm going to make it bigger so that it covers the whole page, and I'm going to go like this. There we go. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I have this, and again, the reason I'm doing this is so you can see how you can use these templates over and over again and get totally different looks. So I'm going to use a picture across. Okay, so first right here, this is just a gradient. So you can turn it off and have any like color you want. You can put any paper over it. Here we go. I kind of liked, even when you put a paper over everything, you still get this weave. Can you see here? Let me click on here. You can still see the weave texture in it. So again, just using it like that gives it a fun look. Here, if you go like this, I like that. That's kind of a fun thing, and I'm gonna put a photo here. I'm gonna use this as my favorite photo of my kids, but I wanted to take a moment to show you guys how to use for Photoshop the generative what is it called? Generative expand. So that like so this picture right now is horizontal, but I want to use it so that it's gonna be like square so that it fills in this whole shape. So what I'm gonna do is take my picture, and if you go to the crop, that's where generative expand is gonna be. So I'm gonna crop, and you're just gonna bring it to how big you want. So I figure like that will make, I'm gonna make it a little bigger so I have a little more leeway on the sides. But right here with her hand, it's gonna get kind of funky because you know how AI is with fully filling in people. So I'm hoping mostly for like some good sand here. Okay, what I have learned is if you then try to put in a prompt in here, it'll get all wonky. Like if I tried to put in sand, it did not look realistic. So you just leave it blank and you press enter, and then it will generate with your with the AI that it uses. I'm not a huge fan of AI. I feel like sometimes things don't look real, but I like it for this generative expand because sometimes in scrapbooking, I have a picture I want to use, but not the right orientation. So if you see this, now I have this full page spread, and it looks realistic, except for my one daughter's hand over here. And so you can just, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to put the pictures together. And you can see it's not destructive, so if you wanted to get rid of it, you could. And so now this is the picture I'm going to use. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to make it smaller here. And now, right away, I love this layout already. I love that it has the picture here. I love it looks like it's being weaved in, and we can say stuff about the weaving. If you want to go, it looks here. If I click on this, you see here's the weave's drop shadow. Because I turned it upside down, my drop shadow is a little off. Wait, here we go. Let's just first. Okay, so as you see, as I did that, it was moving everything. It's because this link is still on. So I'm gonna just go and unlink. And now I have just this drop shadow, and I can kind of move it around to see, like to make it look more natural over there. And I love this picture already. There's different things you could do here. It could just be a gradient picture. I could put in other like more watery type things. That's a fun page. Or if I wanted to use another picture, you could do a picture with a picture. So say I wanted to do like one of South Africa, which is where we are in this picture. You can go like this, and it has like another picture in. And so the whole idea is these are great bases to do really creative work with your photos and with different elements and papers and things like that. So this you could write or do all sorts of things. So this is just another way to learn how to do this one. Okay, so so then I'll just get rid of my picture. New. Okay. This one's my favorite out of all of them. Again, this one was also hand cut and then created. I like this one because you can then move this around as an element that you can use on many different pages. So one thing I like to do is first there's gradients for this paper behind, and then gradients for the different pieces of the weave. But what I really think is when you get kits, a lot of the designers will give you two versions of a page. So like for this one, I have this version of the page, and then I have this version of the page. And so the patterns are going to match up even though they look different. So I really like the idea of, so for this background here, I'll put this paper in, and then you clip it. And then I'm going to take these horizontal lines, and I'm going to put the brown version. Oh, and this is another thing you can do. Because I didn't clip here, it covers up the whole page except this weaving, so this weaving can go through it. So again, that would be a cute way to put the photograph in. So like say, hold on one second. If I have lots of pictures of my kids. So if I did, oops. Anybody still hold shift down when they're using the new when they're using the new Photoshop because it's bothering me. Alright, so I could have flipped it around and done it this way, but do you see how the picture then, if you had a picture that the main subject was on the left, this would be great, or you can switch it over and you can see how it looks like it's um, weaved through it. Thank you for listening to my craziness. Okay, so here it goes when it looks like it's this way, and then if you go left and you click it there, if you see, it's the same design. Like the pattern matches up. I didn't do anything, I just clicked them both in. But because this one is altered, it goes together without, or you can even see here, without it being like, it gives it a cohesive look. So then you can put another page behind, and if you wanted to change this one, so if I click on, okay, click on here, I can make it all one color. I could go like that. I could put a photo in there. I could put another pattern paper in there. And there are limitless things that you can do over and over. So this is template 3, and again, especially if you're into messy journaling and you use like Kits by Studio Basic or by Tracy Stroud, or like anyone that, like any of those where it has lots of texture and everything, it'll really look great on these templates. And then my last one is kind of a basic one, but it's great to set up backgrounds or simple things. So it's a weave. It's a pretty, like they're each an inch, but you can make it bigger or smaller depending. So if you first, let me show you what it would look like with some pictures in it. So if you wanted to put, let's see, so we're on this one, you want to put a picture. Let's say I'll put this picture of my girls at the beach. And so you can have this picture in the background, and then you could put any other on the top, any other of the pattern papers. So let's move this over. And you'll have space to go, and it gives it like an abstract look. You can't really see, well, especially because it's a silhouette, but you can't really see details because it's every other. But what you can do is make it less boxes per space so you can get more of a picture in. And all you have to do that is here. First, unlock all of your things, and we're just going to use the transform. So here's this weave, and we're going to go to here. And I'm literally just going to transform it so that, see here now, it's much more like per, here, let's do a new, oops, that was a good thing to notice. So here is where the magic happens in that, and I erased one of the layers. So make sure when you do that, then you, after you transform, you relock this so you don't mess those up. Okay, now if I go and get a picture, let's use one of, if I use one of these so that, this is first picture I sent out to my family of our son. And I go here and I clip it in, and you can see now you can move it around, so you can put, like, so if you wanted their eyes to go through, or you could finish it, you can pretty much do anything. So this one, it gives the structure of the see, like if you go like this kind of gives you the structure of it weaving in and out, so you get that it looks like it's weaved paper even though it's like a checkerboard look. And that is it. Again, this one's my fave, but I feel like all of them have great options and that they're here for you to play with, and I really hope you like them, and thank you so much for listening. Bye.